Assalamualaikum, and in this video we will explore about a survey on the expenses and experience during online shopping among UiTM RAS students. Here we have several objectives for our survey. First, we have to determine the relationship of allowance per month and mostly monthly spend limit online shopping among UiTM RAS students. Second is to measure of central tendency of quantitative data by using of formula or give and histogram. Third, we have to measure of position of quantitative data by using of formula and or give. Next is to measure of dispersion quantitative data, while followed by to determine the correlation and regression data. And last is to construct and or give pie chart, bar chart, and histogram for the data.
So, in this chapter, we will be going to find the description of our collected data. We have 4 objectives here in order to specifically determine the relationship between allowance per month and monthly spending limit online shopping from UiTM RAS students. We have 13 variables in which they are from qualitative and quantitative data. You can refine this table. But now, we want all of you to focus on the one that we were already highlighted. Time spending during online shopping and number of item bought per month are ungrouped data. This is CN highlighted. Whereas monthly spending limit and allowance for a month are group data. Okay, with the previous slide, these highlights represent quantitative because it was a numerical data. All of it were a ratio measurement except number of item bought and ordinal because the data cannot be arranged and have no meaningful 0 points. We have analyzed these graphical techniques, time spending, monthly spending and allowance for a month are histogram, whereas OGIF is from monthly spending limit. Therefore, we will compute its central tendency, position, dispersion, and construct the graph. For your information, histogram represents its frequency, and OGIF represents its cumulative frequency. So take note of this.
Okay, for now, I will be explaining about the ungrouped data, which is the result and the interpretation. So, we already construct the histogram of a time spending while online shopping. So, we found that there have a value, which is first, highest value is equal to 3, the lowest value is 0.5, and the range is equal to 6, while the K value is equal to 6. So, the width is equal to 0.4. So, here is the table of time spending while online shopping. There have all some numbers of x, frequency, fx, x squared, and fx squared. So here there have measures of central tendency, which is mean, median, and mode. So the interpretations for mean is, in average, the time spent of the students while online shopping is equals to 1.65 hours. So for median, which is 50% of time spent while online shopping is in less than 2 hours, while another 50% have a greater and then equal to 2 hours time spending. For mode, most of students have 2 hours of time spending while on online shopping. Okay, here is measures of dispersion. So first we calculate the range, which is the largest value we minus with the small value. So equals to 3 minus with 0.5, that equals to 2.5. So there have a sample variance and standard deviations. So the variance value is 0.6179 and the standard deviation is equals to 0.8197. So here is the measures of skewness. The Pearson coefficient of skewness is equals to R. So when we calculate, we found that the value of R is less than 0. Since R less than 0, then the distribution is negative and skewed to the left. The last is measures of location and position. There I have a quarter number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I will explain for the quarter number 1 first. So here we found that 25% of the students spending less than 1 hour and another 75% of the students spending time more and equal 1 1 hour their time while online shopping. So for the second quartile, we can interpret that 50% of the students spending less than 2 hours and another 50% of the students spending more and equal to 2 hours. So for the quartile number 3 is 75% of the students spending less than 2 hours and another 25% of the students spending more than 2 hours. Spend their time while the less is measured.
Money spending limit for online shopping. This variable is qualitative and good data. So, OJ we are choosing to calculate. We have correspondence with class width as the sum of the frequency is 40. From frequency, we can determine a cumulative frequency and class division. Then, from the range, we get the midpoint with sum 930. Next, fx with sum of it is 3000. Then we calculate x squared and total of it is 17900. Lastly, for fx squared, we get 37900. First, we calculate mean, where in average the monthly spending limit for a month is 75 ringgit. Then for median, we get that 50% of students have monthly spending limit less than 55 ringgit, while another 50% of students have monthly spending more than n equals 755 ringgit. For most limitation for spending is 42.2 ringgit. Measure of this portion, we get the range is 300. We also calculate the range as standard deviation, where it is 398.7179 and 62.82. Then measure of spenders we get from the calculation is R greater than 0. So the distribution is positive and skewed to the right. The relationship between mean and median is greater. Lastly, measure of coefficient, where we get the first quarter is 30 ringgit, then the second quarter is 55 ringgit, and the third quarter is 93.46 ringgit. This quarter can be referred to the budget.
Now, as you can see, this is our data for correlation and regression analysis in scatter plot of allowance for month against monthly spending limit and online shopping. Here we have the descriptive statistic table for allowance for month contribute with monthly spending limit on online shopping. Next, we have simple linear regression, and the allowance for month is being for an independent variable. Also, monthly spending limit on online shopping is dependent variable. Next, we have to calculate the Pearson correlation coefficient by the data below. We calculate the Pearson correlation coefficient, which is R, by using this formula, and after we find the answer is 0.4919 and interpret, we square root the R and get the answer of coefficient of determination is 24.20% and interpret that. Then we need to find the A and B by using the formula and find the regression using the regression equation, which is y equal to A plus B multiplied with x. The A is for y-intercept and B is for slope, and we got the answer.
So for report summary, the goal has been fully achieved. Allowance for month and monthly spending limit on online shopping have a relationship that can ascertain using a scatter plot, which indicates the sign correlation coefficient for each variable. It demonstrates a satisfying partnership. The mean was calculated using the measures of central tendency that consists of a mean, mode and median, in addition to the dispersion technique, which includes the variance and standard deviation.